Chapter 1: The Silent City. When water runs out, simple and normal things like going to the toilet become a big problem. If there is no water to drink, how can we flush the toilet? I only have a few boxes of sweetened milk and a few boxes of fresh orange juice, but the more I drink, the thirstier I feel. These drinks keep me alive, but I can't live on them alone. These days the weather is foggy, so I can't go outside. Actually, I can. I don't dare to. Even though it's foggy and they don't dare to go out, they still listen from inside their houses. If one of them gets too hungry, they might jump out and grab me. I forgot to introduce myself. I am 22 years old, used to be a student, and maybe the only survivor left in Saigon. I don't even know what day it is in June 2014. There was a pandemic like the zombie movie, and now everything is over. Luckily, I am still alive. They are not zombies. Zombies are dead but can walk and eat human brains. They don't talk and don't think, but these people do. They have a disease that makes them crazy. Their eyes are always red, and their mouths drool. Their skin is pale. Their hands and feet are thin because they lack nutrition. Their immune system is gone because they have wounds and sores all over, with maggots crawling in them. They look like zombies, but they are still alive. They hunt in packs and live in nests, even as families. The big ones find food for the small ones. But they don't talk, they just howl like animals. The only thing they fear is light, but it must be as bright as the sun. In the strong sunlight, they seem to be blind and can't see. But in dim light, like before it rains, they can still go outside, but not as well as in the dark. In short, I think they have rabies, but are not dead yet. They eat everything. I once saw one eating cardboard because it was too hungry, but they mostly eat people. Fresh meat. One of them will eat enough to be full. If the victim survives, they will get rabies too. But if it's a pack, they eat everything. Even the blood is licked clean. Sometimes, when too hungry, they eat each other. I haven't seen this myself, but at night they roam the streets. If they can't find anyone, they attack each other. Sometimes I hear howling at night, usually when one bites another and the whole pack attacks. In the morning, I see bones scattered around. Not too messy because they clean up quite well. That's why I only go outside during the day. 2 months ago, I lived with 2 other guys. One was too greedy and died. The other was too careful and also died. Trung, my friend, was unlucky and got the disease. Sometimes I see him wandering at the end of the street at dusk. Hung was eaten completely. Now it's just me in the house. I have a few cans of food and drinks, enough to live for a while. But the water is gone. It's been a week without sunlight, and I'm afraid to go outside. The house has 4 floors. The main door is metal, then a rolling door, and another glass door. I'm not afraid of them breaking in while I sleep. When I go out, I use a rope ladder because opening the rolling door is too noisy. The ones in the nest will hear it. At night, they roam around. So, I use the rope ladder. Their hands and feet are stiff and can't climb. At most, they can hang on. If necessary, I will cut the rope. If I open the rolling door and a pack of 4 to 5 rushes in, I can't defend myself. 30 meters from my house, I have a Triton truck parked by my neighbor. I usually climb down, jump into the truck, and drive to find supplies. On sunny days, I drive around to see if anyone is still alive, but it's usually hopeless. The streets are empty. Motorcycles and cars are abandoned everywhere, like in the movies. Grass and trees grow wild in the corners. If a house is locked, it's fine, but if it has a door, don't stand outside looking in. That's their nest. The scariest ones are the stronger ones. They might jump out, grab you, and pull you in. Bones and flesh are all over the streets. At first I was scared, but once I threw some bones into their nest and then ran away. Chapter 2: My Weapons. I have a katana from Japan, about 1 meter long and weighing 2 kilograms. I also have a jungle knife, an AK-47 with double mags, 2 magazines taped together for quick reloading, just flip it, and 2 extra magazines, making 4 in total. I only load 27 bullets per magazine, because if I load too many and don't shoot for a while, the spring might get weak. All my gear weighs about 10 kilograms, which is quite heavy. Before I had a tactical vest, I had to stuff the magazines in my pants and it hurt when I ran. Later, I found a slightly large vest from a paintball club, but it looked cool. During the day, I shoot freely with my AK, but I have to shoot far from home. They are smart. They hear shooting all day, they gather at night. Shooting at night is not advisable unless you have enough ammo to shoot until morning. I got the katana from a mansion on my street. I found the AK near the Kaintea Bridge, at a police checkpoint that got overrun. There were only guns left, no bulletproof vests. There were also shields and helmets, but I didn't take them. The shields were useless and the helmets were too heavy and bloody. The police had only 5 bullets each for their AKs and rubber bullets for their pistols. I had to go to their ammo warehouse to get enough bullets. Back then, there were 2 other guys with me. Now I'm alone, so I have to be careful not to waste ammo. I can't remember how many of them I've killed. I use my knife for close combat and shoot from a distance. During the day, they hide, and I hunt for food and kill them like hunting. At night, they hunt me, so it's fair. There are 3 types of them. Type 1 is big, strong, and newly infected. They can run and are the leaders. Type 2 is slower, and they can't catch me but can surround me. They limp when they run. Type 3 is the weakest, including children. They are usually taken care of by the other 2 types. Today, I need to find water because I'm very thirsty. I hope to go out tomorrow. The water at the supermarket is gone, so I have to find it in small shops or houses. I used to have 2 other guys with me, and we would get water from the neighbor's tank. Now I'm alone, and the tanks are empty. I live in District 7, near the Kaintea Bridge and Lottie Mart. This area has a grid layout, with intersections every 50 meters, making it easy to run away. In other places, if they block both ends of the street, you're dead. My mouth is dry, and my lips are cracked. The weather in Saigon is hot and humid, very uncomfortable. I wish I could take a bath, have air conditioning, or drink cold water. These simple things are now a great desire. I lie on my mattress, hands and legs stretched out, eyes closed. My sweat feels sticky and sour on my skin. I close my eyes and imagine food, water, the beach, and anything I want. I try to remember daily life details, but avoid thinking about my family and friends who are gone. I stay like this for hours, sometimes moving my hand a little to make sure I'm still alive. I don't want to open my eyes because I'll only see the empty ceiling, ruining my thoughts. I've considered shooting myself, but didn't do it. Sometimes I wait for them to come close, but end up shooting them reflexively. Sleeping is my most precious thing because time passes without me knowing, and sometimes I dream about my family. But life goes on, and I have time to think. I feel like a philosopher, seeing many things I didn't notice before. Going out is also interesting, like a hunt. I need to decide carefully and not take risks. I have a rule, always have a plan B and C. Living here is not like in movies. I don't enter dark shops for a few cans of water or snacks. I'd rather light it up and take what's left. I'm the only one left in Saigon. I don't need to show off. Sometimes hunger makes me take risks. I need water to cook rice. I can't cook it with V-Fresh juice. It's 3:24 p.m. I have about 2 hours before sunset. Did I go out? I decide to go. But where to find water? Lottie Mart and nearby shops are empty. I can either break into houses or find shops in District 4. I choose the nearest option. Houses. I look like a rebel from Syria. Boots, jeans, a t-shirt, and a vest. I'm 1.78 meters tall and weigh 60 kilograms with a 6-pack. I can run 2 kilometers with all my gear and 4 kilometers without it. I keep my hair short and wear gloves to avoid cuts, as the virus spreads through blood and saliva. I climb to the roof, check the sun's position, and calculate the time. It's better than using a watch. I see the empty street, climb down the ladder, and get in my car. Follow my map, marking places I've searched. I head to Huintanfat Street to find water. I drive past abandoned things like cars, bikes, and even furniture. I look for a big house, as rich people's houses are always more interesting. I find a white house with a red tiled floor and break the door with my car's winch. The noise is loud, but I reload my gun and enter. The wooden door creaks, and I check for dust, light, and multiple exits. This house is beautiful, full of high-quality wooden furniture and a 50-inch LED TV. The floor is dusty, and the house is bright enough, but I don't see a second exit. Chapter 3. Here we go. I have to be brave. I need to get to the kitchen from the living room. There's a half-full 19-liter water bottle. I've seen it, but I can't get to it yet. Can't see the whole kitchen. I raise my gun and move in, The moment I peek around the corner to see into a room always scares me. My finger is on the trigger, ready to fire at anything that jumps out. It's so quiet I can hear my heartbeat. I take a deep breath and look in. Phew. No one is there. I sigh in relief and grab the water bottle, drinking deeply and pouring some over my head. But one bottle isn't enough. I check the tap and the fridge. No water. Damn. No water anywhere in the house. Fridge is full of moldy, rotten food. The kitchen cabinets have only some spices. I sit on the sofa with the water bottle. I have 1 hour left. Should I go back to my car or search for another house? Another house, I think. I throw the water bottle into the car trunk, unload my gun, and start the car. I see a grassy path beside the house in the rearview mirror. A swimming pool, I think. A big house like this must have a pool. I get out excitedly, reload my gun, and move forward. Path is dark and gloomy, covered by banana trees. I carefully move forward. 1 step, 2 steps. I see the pool edge, then the whole 30 square meter pool. The water is green with algae. Never mind. It's better than nothing. I go back to the car to get a container. I set up a warning string at the gate, tying 3 cans with stones to a 5-meter steel wire. If something tries to follow me, I'll hear it and can shoot back. I fill 4 30-liter containers. As I finish, it gets dark. But can I use this water? It smells a bit, but I need to check if anything is in the pool. I use a pool net to stir the water. Thank God, there's nothing there. Sometimes, dead bodies float up, but not this time. I go back to the car, remove the warning string, and replace it with a safety string. It's just a nylon rope tied across the entrance. If the rope is cut, I'll know someone came in. I drive back home, unload the gun, and carry the water containers home. It's heavy work. I only bring the water bottle inside for now. The other containers can wait until morning. I climb up, remove my clothes, and use a wet towel to wipe down. It feels so good. I lie down, close my eyes, and feel happy. But my stomach doesn't stay happy for long. I go to the kitchen. Water is scarce, so I skip rinsing the rice. Food is not a big worry because a bag of rice can last for months, and rice is easy to find. I have a stove and gas, so cooking isn't hard. But I crave fresh food, a bowl of vegetable soup or a piece of beef. Now I just eat to survive, often with canned food or rice with barbecue sauce. After dinner, I become the hunted. At night, my only pleasure is lying on the rooftop. Tonight there's a moon, so I need to cover myself to stay hidden. I lie on the warm tiles, waiting. When the sun sets, they come out. Few at first, then many, stumbling around. Some stand, some sit, some crawl. They wander without purpose. Sometimes I feel sorry for them. Some drag their children, holding their dead bodies. The hungrier and stronger ones search the houses, scratching at doors. Saigon, once bright and beautiful, is now dark. I wish for a light somewhere, to know I'm not alone, but it's just a hope. From my rooftop, I watch with a laser pointer, hoping to signal someone. I have a pile of wood and gasoline to make a fire if I see a plane, but my wood pile is rotting, never used. I lie down, thinking. Sometimes I fall asleep without knowing. But not tonight. I need to name them. They are still people. Even if they're sick, I will call them Rab, short for rabies. The Rabs, young and old, rich and poor, all affected. Rich men in fancy clothes, girls in torn dresses, children, all the same now. Saddest? The children. I've seen a child with its legs eaten off, crawling for shelter. I should have ended its suffering, but I couldn't. It had a note in its pocket from its mother, begging someone to save her son. I've killed many Rabs, but I avoid it when I can. They are just sick. I hope they can recover. Usually, I shoot their legs to make them fall. But if there are too many, I have to save myself. Saigon's night has a cool breeze. I turn over and watch them with binoculars. I recognize some regulars. I name them, like Hot Girl Hyeon, still beautiful despite everything. Today, she looks weaker, sitting by the road. Hyeon is around 20, wearing a white crop top and shorts. If only she weren't sick. I always think when I see her, then laugh. I also see Grenade Guy, a big man with tattoos, always searching for food. Once, he found a pig leg and fought the others for it. Watching them fight is a kind of entertainment. They still show some human traits, chest pounding before attacking each other. It's past 9 p.m. I go to bed. My room has a mattress, a table, and some supplies. The bathroom is for washing up only. The room has a window to the light well. I use a battery-powered light or an alcohol lamp to read. The alcohol lamp is dim, so it doesn't hurt my eyes. I undress and lie down. Alone with my thoughts, I try not to think too much. Have you ever wondered what you would do all day without school, the internet, or TV? No one to meet. I find things to do. Making plans, exercising, cleaning, maintaining my weapons, doing laundry, shaving, even plucking my eyebrows. Things I never did before. Once, I found some paint and tried painting, hoping my art might be in a museum one day, showing the dark times of humanity. With so much free time, I have big plans. I want to leave the city. Maybe there are healthy people elsewhere, safe camps, and military protection. There are over 90 million people in Vietnam. Some must be alive. I've prepared supplies and transportation, but I need someone to go with me. If the car breaks down or we are ambushed, I can't survive alone. So my plan is on hold for now.